What do you know about kind of mental health, mental illness in general?
I know that it's far more rampant than we're aware of. I think that there isn't enough services to deal with it, to help people. I think it probably touches everybody. It's in everybody's family.
I don't separate it from human health altogether. It's part of being a functioning human being.
I see it as like something that everyone, like maybe not everyone, but like a lot of people are dealing with like in their everyday lives.
I think 40% of the people I know have had depression at one time and have other problems, chemical imbalances and things. And it's part of life. And you shouldn't be afraid to say, I need help. And there should be some resources, more resources available to psychotherapists, to people who can't afford to pay for it.
Yeah, just like being able to help them find some way to find the support that they need. Because it also needs to come from a very educated place, and it has to come from like where people know, like, okay, this is what the person might be going through, and we can help them, and like this is a community for that, and like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, and making people feel like it's okay, definitely, because I think there's a lot of stigma, which is really unfortunate.
It's treated as get over it. You need to man up and deal with it. Whereas a physical illness is, oh, you poor thing, how can we help you? And it needs to be the other way around, I think.
I think just taking the humiliation out of it and would do wonders. People can talk to each other.
People are starting to talk about it, so it's starting to get better. It has a long way to go, but we're getting there.
I think talking about it is the biggest thing, and having just patience and kindness for people that you know that are struggling with it.
I just love to see it treated as seriously as physical ailments, as seriously as cancer, as seriously as a broken leg, because that's essentially what it is. It's just where you can't see it.
With physical ailments, it's easier for us to figure it out. Oh, there's an easy solution from A to B. Here's what we do. Whereas with mental illness, you're kind of crawling along and zigzagging. Much more difficult.
I hope that our understanding and our access to information about mental illness will evolve, increase, and we become better and better at it, at understanding it.
We're outside CAMH here. Do you know much about CAMH or what it does? Or?
I know that they have programs for people who need help. They're funded by government. I've directed people there before to get help.
I know that it's a mental health clinic or hospital.
I know of people who have been patients at times there, and I hear that it's a great place for people who are struggling with addictions and mental health.
I don't really know all the details. I don't know very much about what goes on inside, but they are certainly part of our neighborhood. Yes.
I live in the area just up the street on Dovercourt, so you see its influence on the neighborhood. A lot of the patients in the area wandering around.
I'm not sure how CAMH operates with their outpatient programs or their inpatient programs, so I'm not qualified to speak on if you can get help for these people or if they stop taking their medications and that's what the problem is, and then we don't have anyone coming back to check up and see how they're doing. There's no follow-up, I think. I think it's a revolving door.
Years ago, I remember a lot of money was taken away from the social services, and all of a sudden there's a lot of people on the street, and so you sort of noticed that, and there's this sort of judgment about homeless and economy, whereas a lot of the time it's related to a lack of emotional and mental support that's going on.
We don't have enough resources. We have resources, we're not giving enough resources, I think, to mental health. It's really sad to see them wandering around the streets and not being able to help. No one seems to be picking up the slack.
At some point, a place like this would have been considered the equivalent of a jail. a prison. And I don't know of anyone who still feels that way about it.